Hey everybody, I hope you had an amazing Christmas. I hope you had a nice Boxing Day. I hope you're going to have a nice New Year's Eve that's coming up. God, I just want this year done, to be honest. It's been such an interesting year. A lot of good games have come out this year. And I think I found one of my favourites at the end of the year. I've got like a week left and I found a really addictive game. Today I wanted to talk about Rogue Company. It is, if not the creme de la creme of shooters. And I'm going to tell you why. This is Rogue Company, a third-person shooter developed by Hi-Rez Studios, the people that gave us Smite and Paladins. It is the perfect blend of relaxed multiplayer gaming and competitive gameplay, so much so that it has me wondering where the hell has this even been my entire life. This small game contains 3 game modes, a roster of somewhat unique characters and some of my favourite map designs to ever feature in a video game, not to mention that it's free and it's supported on most platforms. From PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and even Nintendo Switch. There's no real reason not to play this game. Now, this wouldn't be much of a review if I left you with just that, and also the YouTube gods wouldn't be too happy with a 1.5 minute video, so here are a few more scientific reasons why you should play Rogue Company.
Welcome to ESA, home to the world's most exclusive collection of top-tiered munitions. So, how can I help you?
First of all, Rogue Company is simple. When I said it has 3 game modes, I wasn't joking. The game consists of 3 main pillars. Demolition, the most competitive mode, where you take turns to reach an objective and plant a bomb on said location. It's sort of your basic CSGO or Siege game mode. Then there's Strikeout, Rogue's version of a team deathmatch. And finally, Extraction, the game's version of a control point, where you need to take control of an objective and defend it against the enemy team. These modes are quite universal and so easy to learn that it's insane how quickly I picked it up. Its map design again is amazing. Similar to what Call of Duty do with their 3-laned maps, Rogue Company has a quite linear and simple design. However, this doesn't mean it's boring. Not every game needs wide open maps. In fact, this game shines in close combat. Every encounter seems familiar but stays fresh enough so you don't get bored. Learning the maps does not take long, and unlike other games, it doesn't really give you an unfair advantage. In other games, the big one being Rainbow Six Siege, knowing the maps and the layouts is almost like pay to win, or I guess knowledge to win. This gives new players an unfair disadvantage, but do not fret. Each of the 11 maps are simple enough that even in your first game, you have a great chance of being a team asset. The way the game works is just so slimline and avoids being clunky. You have a certain loadout that each game can be mixed up and swapped around. You have the choice each time to pick up 1 or 2 main weapons and an assortment of gadgets, along with upgrades that you do to them. This all happens in the match though, meaning no one has an advantage because they've been up all night grinding for certain attachments. There is a cash-based system similar to that of CSGO, where you can earn money based on things you do, and with it you purchase said upgrades and equipment. This cannot be changed. You cannot change what guns your specific character has, which I personally think is great and fair. There are 16 of these characters called rogues, and they all have unique abilities and weaponry. This sleek design, however, does not stop at the characters. The entire gameplay is fast and exciting. In most video games, games can last around 30 minutes to an hour, longer than that if you're playing a really competitive game. However, in this, you're rarely going to get anything over 20 minutes. Rounds are short and snappy, there's no waiting in between, just go, go, go. I love this kind of feature. This means that you don't have to devote a certain amount of time out of your day. You're not thinking, well, do I want to play this? Do I have time to play this? No, you just hop in, play as many games as you want, and then leave. Gameplay feels great in Rogue Company because you're never really left out. You don't feel like you didn't do anything that round or that you're useless to your team. Getting killed in a round isn't really a problem either, as they don't last long, thankfully, meaning that there's no sad waiting around or even the slight chance of getting bored because you're always going to be doing something. Games are this short because the teams are so small. You're fighting 4 on 4 here, meaning there aren't huge huge amounts of enemies to be had. Instead, they keep the number down and bite-sized. Do not fear, however, just because there's 4 enemies doesn't mean you won't see any in action. The maps do such a good job of spreading out a team that you can easily pick a direction and run into somebody. Speaking of easy, Rogue Company does an amazing job at keeping the game's entry level super low. Before this, I had not played a shooter in over 5 months, and I thought I was going to be terrible and in for a learning curve. However, I jumped in and got a few kills right away, and I'm not even that good, so most people shouldn't really have a problem with feeling isolated. This game doesn't tailor itself to players who have been playing since day one either. Sure, they may be better, but everyone has similar stats, similar weapons, and can't be overpowering. This is hands down the best part. I was both a year 1 player of Overwatch and a year 1 player of Rainbow Six. Now, years later, taking a huge break, I feel like an old man yelling at clouds. The games are full with die-hard players who can kill you pretty damn easily. When you look at something like Warzone, it has loadout metas. If you don't know them, if you don't have them unlocked, you're going to be in for a bad ride. Not in this game though. Hell, I was playing a shooter after a big break on a new console system with a controller I never used before. That's got to have some credit in showing how accessible this game is. Whilst we're on the topic, something else I love is the fact that you can't really tell anyone's level. There's no harm in being a low level player. No one is going to leave you or have a go at you for being new, unlike what I like to call the Hunt Showdown effect, where if you aren't a certain level, you will spend 20 minutes trying to get a lobby without somebody leaving over and over again. It's the small things that make this game a joy to play. I think Rogue Company is one of the few games that understands what to fill a game with. There was a good amount of content in this shooter, with the 11 simple maps, 16 characters and a cosmetics only store. Hi-Res Studios have discovered that this really is quality over quantity. There's no season pass, there's no loot boxes, and no pay to win. With a lot of recent releases, Cyberpunk, you can really feel overwhelmed with the amount of content that there is up for grabs. This can be seen as a good thing, however to me, the minute a game starts to feel like work, and I have to spend 2 days just learning the mechanics, then I'm not going to be a big fan. There's plenty of content to play, with new stuff coming out quite regularly, and even more regular patches to keep the game in tip-top condition. Also, I should mention that this isn't a battle royale. Despite jumping from a jet into the map when you start the game, this is not a battle royale. For the first time in what feels like forever, a great shooter has not been developed to crowbar its way into the oversaturated realm that is battle royale style games. This does create the feeling that the devs respect their game. They understand that they don't need to conform themselves to the status quo to make a good game. I think it's important that we champion these developers like this. Devs who aren't scared to make something that isn't as trendy as it once was. Last of all, but certainly definitely not least, Rogue Company, like I said before, is free. It costs nothing to play. There are purchasable cosmetics, but again, these aren't pay to win and are just cool looking skins for guns and characters. I might even buy some just to support this great game. Now this isn't a sponsored video. Trust me, if this was a sponsored video, you damn well would know about it. I just love this game. Rogue Company is a joy to play. It's addictive, it's simple and easy to get into. What more could you ask for? And at the end of the day, it's free. Try it out, give it a go, you might love it. That's Rogue Company and why you should play it. Thank you for watching, and also thank you for watching all of my content in the year 2020. We've done a lot this year. We streamed Animal Crossing for like a month straight, which was so awesome and like therapy for me. We played some more sort of random games towards the end of this year, and at the start of this year we were reporting on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox reveals. We've done a lot this year. I'm proud of what we've done this year, and coming up in the next year we're gonna do more of it. I always say more, but next year we're gonna be doing more. So thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed all the content you've made. I'm gonna try and get out my games coming in the next year, because we always do. We're coming up on the 3rd year of making that video, which is just always fun to make. So yes, thank you for watching. Go check out Rogue Company, like, subscribe, and one more thing. Can you do me a favor? Can you have a great day? Thank you.